Hey, Kelsey, Norm MacDonald here. So, you have a podcast, huh? Fantastic. You know what I always say? You know what the world needs more of? Podcasts.
Live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, the Kelsey Hudgins Show.
Dash this.
I didn't know when we were supposed to do it. Hey.
Screwball Whiskey, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, screwballwhiskey.com, SKREWballwhiskey.com. Screwball Whiskey, tomorrow's stories begin right here. All other peanut butter whiskeys are posers, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that what you're doing? You do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'm wearing a Screwball hat. Screwball now sponsors our live trivia show. Great. People calling right now. Perfect time. Eric Jameson. Jameson, let's call you back. Turn that thing to silent. Okay. Anyway, yeah, thank you to the guys at Screwball Whiskey, which now sponsor our live trivia game, which is happening tomorrow, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Those are great guys out there. Very interesting. Small time like us, helping us out.
Yeah.
Got some hats to give away, got some shirts to give away. It's going to be great. How have you been, Kelsey?
Who knows? I've been here, I guess. I mean, I've just been fine.
It's weird. I went to a gas station today, and the gas station that I always just go to before work, and it's like, I walk in there just going like, wow, this is something I used to do every single day. Like, we go in and buy like, juice or something. And then I was doing it today, and I was like, this is a strange fucking feeling right now. I haven't done this in a really long time. What is it? I don't know. I feel like I've lost a month of my life somehow. Not really sure what happened in this month.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows what's happened so far. I mean,
but it's gonna feel like I don't know. It's just gonna feel like I've lost a month of my life, even though I've been alive and I've been eating every day and we've been doing live trivia and I see my girlfriend and stuff like that, and whatever. But I don't know. There's some sort of like odd feeling about the day that the shutdown happened. So, like coming up soon, I guess it's gonna end. It'll all feel different again. Will normal feel normal anymore? Is what I'm saying.
yeah, I don't know. And plus, are we getting to the point where they're actually going to open? They're actually going to open everything up. I mean,
I'm curious about that because, like, me as a bartender, I feel like I'm the last priority to be opened up, but I'm probably just gonna do it anyway. But like, am I gonna wear a mask and bartend? Am I gonna have to wash my hands after every drink I pull out of a water cooler? You know what I mean? Am I gonna like? How's that gonna work? Like, the bartending is not. I don't want to say it's not hygienic, but you know, they're exchanging money and then packing up the beer and exchanging money. And you can't sit and wash your hands between drinks. And then, even if you're wearing gloves, you gotta have 2 sets of gloves, or you gotta wash your gloves every time. I think that we're screwed. I gotta figure out a new career path. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just don't know how it's gonna work for bartenders for a while.
okay, I just realized that I had it is going to be shit. The mall that we put in there, apparently there's audio to it.
Oh,
Didn't know that. Now I know. Appreciate you looking out there, Soupy.
was it good mall audio though? like that sound? I mean, we can't use it obviously, but
I don't know what it even sounds like.
yeah, we didn't get to hear it.
Yeah, but the good thing is that you know, it doesn't really matter. We're all, you know, we're here.
Yeah,
now we can hear you.
Yeah. All right. Good. Well, all I said was a bunch of nothing anyway. But I'm just trying to say,
I'm just vamping.
how does fucking bartending work in the future?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to what? How's it look, people? Am I going to be in a little box? You know, like a bulletproof box? What about those robot bartenders they have on cruise ships? Is it all just going to be that? I'm fucked, is what I'm saying. And you know what else is fucked for a while? I think is stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, music. Live music, everything is fucked for a while.
But, well, I would say live music, yes. But I checked out, by the way, I'll plug him if he hasn't plugged himself. But Kelsey's got a new song he just released. What is it, Over Yonder?
Yeah, End Up Over Yonder. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's a very good song.
I like it.
And I've only given it one listen. I already like it. But we'll play it on the show tomorrow night. But, like, stand-up comedy, to me, live music is one thing, but then you're creating music. You can still put music out. And yes, comedians can make something like an Adam Sandler tape or something like that. But what I found out through these shows that are trying to be funny, when there's no audience, shit is just not funny unless it's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like John Oliver's show with no audience is like...
It's awful.
It's fucking terrible. Like, it's like someone...
But it should be fine, because they only use a laugh track anyway, right?
No, I think he had an audience.
You think so? I don't know. I didn't know.
Well, if he had a laugh track, he should just keep that going.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It should be the same. Like, just same with, like, Saturday Night Live. That's a laugh track. I mean, it's a...
There's a live audience.
There's a live audience, but there's a laugh track.
You think? I don't think so.
I think there. I mean, maybe.
I think they get an applause and laugh button, like shining at them, telling when to laugh.
Yeah. For
but I don't
sure,
think it's canned laughter.
Maybe, but I don't know. I've noticed a couple of times where I'll like notice the same like woo or the same like the same thing a couple. Maybe not in Saturday Night Live, but
no.
I'm also but for those tech heads out there, I've been struggling with a lag in my cameras, and I don't know why that is, but I know that I've got a little bit of a lag there, or Noah keeps kind of cutting in and out a little bit, and that's my fault. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do.
Is it if I move too much, does it do anything? Does it help it? Is that helping?
I don't think it matters. It's just like it's just every few seconds. Every few seconds. But anyway, we're just feeling out.
That was my Muppet impression.
We're just feeling out the shit right now. This is more for audio purposes, because we're going to be revamping season 2 here of, well, I guess not revamping.
We're just re-inviting it. We're re-accepting it into the world.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back.
Yes, we are bringing it back.
Yep. And we're rebooting it. But it'll be season 2 of Sunset Grill. Sunset Grill, by the way, if you've never listened to the Sunset Grill episodes.
Woo's watching.
Hey, what's up, Woo?
We're hardwired, by the way. Sorry.
No, you're good. Our Sunset Grill basically was our this original concept that basically we were just going to go into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Not believing in any of them, but just discussing the culture and also making our own theories about theories. And it got pretty fucking dark, because the more you go down the rabbit holes on stuff, wow, it gets pretty fucking dark. But we covered aliens and Bigfoot and the eclipses, and I don't think we went too far on UFOs, really. Anyway, but other conspiracies, child trafficking rings that were getting busted, and no one was really talking about why someone was raising their 1-year-old son to be the Messiah out in the middle of the desert, and,
yeah,
there was that kind of went away. Was that New Mexico? Yeah.
I think that was New Mexico.
What was the follow-up on that? And that's us as journalists. And I'll go ahead and say we're journalists, because we're clearly not. Is our responsibility was to follow up on those stories, because those are some fucked up stories that we got into that were like just all went away. Just kind of never heard about them again. And it's like I think like the number one thing on Reddit / conspiracy today is like, hey, do you remember that time that half a dozen politicians all made a shitload of money on insider trading after finding out information about the coronavirus, and then everybody forgot about it the next day? And it's like, yeah, I do remember that. That was just a month ago. I remember that.
It was in recent history, but in other news, how about you guys give yourselves a hand out there for being good people there for just a little while? So far, we've done well, and I know we totally went over this just a minute ago, but since the background noise was too fucking loud, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I know that I just read today that Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina are preparing to reopen, and Florida's already, they don't give a fuck down there.
Right.
So
Well, I thought our beaches opened today.
Did they?
That's what I heard. I don't know. That's what someone told me yesterday. That our beaches reopening today, and then retail would be opening either today or very soon. But that's what I'm saying. I think bartending, just like restaurant, inside of a restaurant, where you're touching food and stuff, seems like the dumbest thing. Not that I'm trying to milk my unemployment, but I'll take it. But at the same time, I just feel like we I don't know, like if you had to pick one thing that people really like, I want to go out and I want to retail shop. I get it. Okay, fine. Or I want to go to the fucking beaches. Absolutely. The fucking beaches is open air. You can get a lot of space from people. Fine, bring on the beaches. But someone's like, I want to fucking go and fucking drink in a tiny place with a shitload of people. I want to go to fucking Malibu Beach Club and a fucking foam party. You know, I don't think that's really gonna move very fast.
And I don't think that anything like that, any public gathering, is not going to be happening. And I was talking to Adam and Smitty, and they were talking about, like, we're going to go back so hard whenever it comes back around. And I was like, maybe, but haven't all these restaurants, like, lost a lot of dollars over the last couple of months, even with, like, government assistance to businesses and things? Because I think that music is a novelty, and a lot of these places are going to, like, not be doing as much music as they once did because it's a novelty, you know what I mean?
Or they'll just do what they do in the off seasons, kind of like, because also to that point, you know, I don't think that people are going to come out the same. I think some people are going to be psychologically traumatized by this, where they won't go out the same way they did before this. So I think what they're going to do to answer your question is that they're probably going to move to more of duos or single acts as opposed to big bands. You know what I mean? Not knowing if people are going to show up for a big band, you know, paying a $700 act. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Yeah. So I think it's going to be some trial and error at first. I think you guys are right on the cusp of always being you guys are the right talent, the right crowd for the right amount of money. So I think you guys will be good, actually. But I wonder about some of these other bands that are getting, like, you know, a lot of money in their 5-piece band and whatever. Like, is that really going to work right off the bat? Like, I don't think people are going to come out to fucking party and pack into a room with a bunch of people, like, right away.
Well, here's the thing, is that a lot of people will, but is it worth it to go back? All right, is it worth it to go back to work or take an extra month off to prevent maybe having another 3-month shutdown after, if this thing comes back, because everybody goes out? And I mean, and this getting to the point now to where people are wondering if it's even real. Have you read any?
Oh yeah, the coronavirus hoaxers.
Yeah, like the government is just trying to get the people under their thumbs after they've given them all these dollars.
I've read all about this stuff. Of all of that, I mean, I think coronavirus is definitely real. It's a real fucking thing. We've always had coronaviruses. This one seems particularly fucking brutal if you get it. Luckily, the contagion rate seems to be a lot less than what they figured originally. I think the original models projected something like 2 million deaths, and now we're at, like, I don't know, a lot less than that. But that doesn't mean that it's not real or anything. It just means that their models were just not. They fucking. One guy literally came out about his model and was like, I had the decimal was in the wrong place or something like that. It was like a great scientist had to adjust his model. It was one of the models we were working on. I think we're working off of 5 different models at the National Institute of Health. And then, I don't think it's fake, but there is a lot of comparisons in the beginning that, like, people like Donald Trump got made for, like, oh, it's like the flu or whatever. No, it's not like the flu in the fact that this thing will kick your ass, but the death rates in the end are going to kind of look like, at least in America, what the flu would do too. And the flu rates are through the floor, like, comparatively. The flu was, if you go back to reporting in January, before any of this really kind of was talked about, they were saying that the flu vaccine was only about like 50% effective, if effective at all, and that the flu season was going to look particularly rough this year. And I think one of our biggest flu seasons was 2 years ago, and then 2018, I believe. And so they said it was going to be like crazy rough this year for the flu season, but it didn't, because the flu numbers have just been taken away, and instead you're getting coronavirus numbers now. And I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just really happening, that your standard influenza is just not really showing up, and then, or is it like if you die of the flu, they just go, that's coronavirus, put it down for coronavirus? Because that's what a lot of these people are saying. Like, there's a lot of people online, they're the conspiracy theorists and stuff like that, they're like, man, you fall and you break your leg and you die of gangrene or something like that. They're like, mark it as coronavirus. So
Yeah.
And I'm like, to what end is that? Like, why would we be doing that? Like, are we doing is that good for somebody? Is that good statistically? For who is that good for? Is it to make you'd have to look at the angles of the why. And some of the whys are, it's so Bill Gates can get his, chip in your hand or whatever for the rest of your life. And some people are like, oh, they're doing it. And Bill Gates, for the record, I have been learning a lot about Bill Gates. Maybe I should get into him in a second.
Yeah. Jamie's been doing a deep dive into Bill Gates lately.
It's nuts if you really do look into Bill Gates. I think the narrative we've always been told about Bill Gates is that he was kind of like this scrappy young nerd that came from, relative middle America obscurity and, stole some shit out of a Xerox dumpster and he made Microsoft and he really did good, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out no, like his dad is like super, super like in the circles of like Rockefellers and shit. Like he's like, they're hanging out. And Rockefeller's the guy who pitched the fucking, the whole New World Order thing, like unabashedly back in the day. He's the guy who kind of like, I think he might have coined the phrase. But like they're hanging out, like the Gates Center's hanging out with Rockefellers. And this has nothing to do with Bill Gates. They're just always hanging out. They just knew these people. They're all entwined. And so, and of course, Bill Gates is all behind the WHO, and then Trump hates the WHO now because he's saying that they're pro-China, and I will give him 1 point of credit on that in the sense that China does not recognize Taiwan as a country, and so they won't let him in the WHO, and so then Taiwan was trying to like warn the world about what was going on with the coronavirus because they were one of the first countries to figure out that it was person-to-person contact, and nobody was listening to them because they're not in the WHO because they're not recognized as a country by China. So that's kind of a mistake there. But yeah, anyway, there's just a lot to say. I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going on around this. I find it a really good time for to figure out which conspiracies you like or don't like in this world. I feel like that's always been my thing is like if someone throws a conspiracy theory at me, I will ingest it, try to figure it out, and then either like say like, nah, I'm not buying into that, or be like, well, there's something to look at there. And then some conspiracies are absolutely proven true.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that
like
you
MK
were.
Ultra.
That's what you were saying. That and by the way, I see you in the chat out there. What's up, Kill Tony fam? What up, Abby?
Hey guys, people that I don't know.
There,
my name is Noah Byrne.
Yeah, Noah Byrne. Yeah, by the way, we've got, if you're looking at the screen, we've got names underneath us. These are Twitter handles. Also, yeah, so you were talking about all of the stuff that we have covered on previous episodes of Sunset Grill. And the Sunset Grill, by the way, for those not aware, was a conspiracy, dark, creepy podcast that we did. First podcast I ever produced, and I think it's the first podcast you ever did.
First one I ever did.
We were like both literally just feeling our ways around the podcast world with Blair, and we'll see if Blair joins us again for this. But
and to Kelsey's credit, since that first one, every episode after the Sunset Grill #1, you could hear the quality getting better.
Yeah,
and you could literally watch Kelsey's studio grow over time, and now it's like.
Little by little.
Yeah, now it's MI stuff. It's all over the board. But in the MI stuff, if you can look around, you'll find Sunset Girl episodes. They're usually long and researched.
Which now are actually the Kelsey Hudgins show.
Oh, the Kelsey Hudgins show, that's right.
And all of the old MI stuff episodes and Sunset Grills are there. But there is about to be, and I'll explain this. So for the record, I want to let you guys know why everything changed around, and it was because the company that I was using to upload the podcast through started charging me extra money, and honestly, I just couldn't afford it. And I tried to commingle everything into one thing to cut down on how much it cost, but then it even got too much for me to afford for my own podcast. That is why the name changed from In My Stuff Podcast to Kelsey Hudgins Show.
I like the Kelsey Hudgins. I like the MI Stuff, but because your show goes out of MI.
Further than Merle's on it now.
Yeah, I like the Kelsey Hudgins Show better.
But yeah, so that's just so you guys know, it was a money thing. I was sort of, this company that I had me by the balls. But thanks to the fine folks over at Podbean, who will never charge me any more than $15 a month to upload every single episode that I've ever recorded of any podcast.
Wow, swell.
So now we're over at Podbean, and also we will have a Sunset Grill separate channel that will have all of the other stuff that will just be a lot easier to manage than the old channel that we have. Yeah, so just be expecting all of that plus a YouTube.
Sunset Grill became very, like, I would come with 2 pages of notes and a bunch of links, and we'd have audio, and it became like a kind of like a we'd have a point type of show, you know, unlike a talk show, or like just like a we're like we got to get through all this research, man. You know,
it was clean. Sunset Grill was clean and quick, and not necessarily quick, but it was clean and like
we were trying to hit people with fucking facts and fucking red pills and shit. It's shit you didn't want to know. Shit that really just was terrible, but. I was thinking about this the other day, and I went back and listened to some of it, but my favorite episode is called The Orca Stopped Grieving Sunset Grill.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite episodes. We've got some audio clips in there. We've got some things where we're trying to correlate and make jokes about what the fuck was going on at that time, because there's a lot of weird shit going on right at that exact same time, and especially that whale. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was the orca that was carrying her baby in its mouth for like miles and miles and miles. It wouldn't let it go because it was dead.
So sad.
And then like after that one guy did the Sky King did the loop in the plane that he stole and crashed it, then it was like right then the orca let go of the whale, and it didn't make any fucking sense, but it was funny to talk about. But it's all true, and that's the other thing with Sunset Grill too, is we try to stick to the facts. So look forward to that in the future. We're definitely gonna have to talk about this pandemic thing when it all shakes out, and try to figure out, as I posted to Facebook today, I said, all right, now that it looks like it's almost over, like what kind of sneaky shit did our government do when we were all chasing toilet paper? Like, that's what I want to know. Whenever there's a crisis like this, like the Patriot Act happened during 9/11, everyone was just like, fine, just pass whatever. We saw these buildings fall and it was terrible, just pass whatever. And now it's like the Patriot Act is never going away, and they can just spy on us whenever they want to. So I'm trying to figure out what they've done this time. They've done something this time. I thought it was going to be the chip. I thought we were all going to have to get our digital documents of a vaccine. That might still happen.
The only thing that I think that it could be, with all the information that we have, is that they are literally just trying to put a thumb on people by giving them all of this money and just saying, hey, remember, like just somebody made a Donald Trump tweet that was like, hey, yo, I just dropped a stack in your bank account. Yo, holla at your boy in November.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know how they worded it, but it was like, I think that's like sort of what the motivation behind it is. If it's and I know how you people, and by you people I mean viewers, I know how you people like to take things that people say and say, oh, well, you're saying that it's fake and you're saying it's conspiracy. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if it is a conspiracy, that is what the motivation behind it is.
You can scratch conspiracy too from that, and I would just go ahead and say this. There's a very old statement that seems to always be true. Leave no crisis unexploited. And that is kind of like our government always does that. If there's a crisis, they will exploit it somehow. They just fucking do that. That's not a conspiracy theory. You can check any fucking bill that passes during a crisis and look at what's in there. And you're going to go, oh my God, why? What are they doing this for? What is this? Like, whatever. I think, I can't even quote it this time. When they first introduced the CARES Act or whatever this time, or the Stimulus Act or whatever, there's all kinds of bullshit on both sides that they're all just trying to throw in there. And that's all my point is, just that, like, I don't know if the virus is a conspiracy, but I do know that they will always exploit a crisis. And you can come at me on that any way you want to, but It's both sides. It's all sides. It's all politicians. And also, I did like about what you just said, though, was like, hey, I'm Trump, and I'm going to give you this money, and remember that in November, was that was also happening on the other side, because the other side was like, Pelosi and them were like, well, that's not enough. We need to give more money. And I was like, y'all keep having that fight. Keep that fight going, guys. You know, I don't mind which one of you wants to be, like, it reminded me of, like, two parents after a divorce, you know, like, who's going to buy you better birthday presents?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, just keep fucking, I love dad more now. I love mom more now.
Dude.
Keep fighting.
Fight that. I will take all the toys. And that's fine, but the only thing that sucks, and we talked about this last night, is just I can't get any of that because I'm self-employed and I'm not allowed to. And by the time that they open it up to where I probably could get some sort of assistance, I'll probably be going back to some shred of what looks like work.
Well, I think that they're going to have to retroactively figure out the 1099 stuff. I'm also about 50% of my income through trivia and stuff like that, close to it, at least seasonally, is 1099 as well. So yeah. I'm not getting helped on that either. And I still haven't gotten my $1,200 Trump bucks shit because I filed my taxes last year and I paid taxes in through a debit card, I believe. And so it wasn't linked to my account because I actually paid a shitload of money. And it's like the people that got refunds last year, they're all getting the money really fast because they got direct deposits right to their bank account. So the government's like, oh, we know how to give you your money, but we don't know how to give this guy his money. And so I go up to the IRS every day right now, and they tell you to check once a day, and you just check, am I eligible? You put in your social security number and your birthday and your name, and they go, no, you're not eligible. And they go, but we're going to keep changing this every week, so just keep checking every day. But there's no reason to check more than once a day. And I'm like,
that's for the stimulus?
So stimulus, you just go to the irs.gov and just give me my stimulus fucking money. There's a button that says something like that without the F word on it. And then you can check it once a day to see if you're eligible yet. But you will get that. You will get that. You'll be on that. You'll be on that. If you pay taxes as an American, you're on that list too.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter if you're 1099 or gig employee or whatever. And they're trying to figure that out about the 1099 gig employee shit like that. But I think the problem with that is kind of like, see, and that's the thing is they know how much we make on our 1099s because God knows we pay hand over fucking foot in taxes on that shit at the end of the year. So if they know that I'm paying all these taxes on these 1099s, they should know appropriately how to like say like, well, he's missing this much money this year. We need to kind of assist him with unemployment money. Like that just has to happen. I just think that they're way behind on figuring that shit out. And I think that there's probably some sort of internal fight too on like the states probably being like, well, we don't want to pay out of that money, and the federal government's like, well, you're gonna have to help states, and then it's probably gonna get all fucking mucked up like because they can't fucking do anything. And that's one thing that's proven true is that this country cannot be united at all
on anything. It's
so polarized, like it like
except for that bitch Carol
Baskin. Fed her husband to a tiger, now they snacking.
Except,
have you heard that song?
Yeah.
Carol Baskin. I just love the voice of the guy who did that song. But yeah, we all hate her. But no, it's just crazy. Like every single day, it's like we open to, or like they closed down the country to China. How dare they? Next day, he didn't do it fast enough. And you're like, man, dude, come on, nobody fucking knew in the beginning what this fucking was.
The thing that bothers me are the people who would have this thing get worse and get bad, so that Trump fails.
Oh, I'm getting into huge fights with them,
just so that he fails.
I know, and I got in a huge fight with. I think did I tell the story on here about the lady at trivia, where she was like, I hope it gets worse. So it was my last trivia.
I don't think so.
I was at Pizza Hyena, and there's this couple that comes in all the time. I doubt they watch this show. Very nice people, retired from the North, school teachers, very, very, very liberal, and that's fine. My political orientation's all over the fucking board, so I generally get along with everybody. But they just happen to say, they go, what do you think about this coronavirus thing? And I remember this is before the shutdown because I'm still doing trivia, and I was kind of like, I think that we're ready to kind of handle something like this. I was like, China lies to us a lot, so I don't really know how that's going to be and whatever. And she's like, I hope it gets really bad. I hope it gets so bad. She goes, I've been praying for something like this to happen just so Trump drops the ball and just looks like the buffoon that he is, and I just can't wait for this to happen. And I was like, But if he fucks up, a bunch of us die, right? So like we don't want him to fuck up, right? We want to live.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not like the virus is gonna choose a political side and be like,
Yeah.
oh, who was the guys that like this guy? I'm gonna kill you. But if you hated this guy, you're fine. No, I'm like, you are older than me. Like you don't want this virus to come out just
Right.
because it's gonna look bad on Trump. And she goes, and I go, do you want Trump to die of coronavirus? She goes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And then ran away from me, pissed off because I don't know why. All I said was I don't want people to die. And so she fucking ran away from me. She opened up the back door, and then for whatever reason, and this will still confuse me, she opened the door back up. She goes, you want to know who I was voting for? I was like, sure. And she goes, Yang, and then slammed the door. And I don't know what she meant by that. Like, I don't know. Like, if all of a sudden, like, she wants Trump to die, but she wanted Yang to win, and I'm mystified.
That is just, I don't know. I don't get why people.
I like Yang. He's fun.
I didn't mind him, but yeah, I'll take that. What, $1,000 a month?
Yeah, that's
or
what we're
whatever
doing
he was
now.
Gonna give. Yeah, well, hey, guess what? Yeah, right.
They actually brought him onto the team to figure out how this would work. They were like, because when they were talking about giving money out to everybody, they're like, who's that guy that was talking about that?
Didn't
Like,
somebody just say this?
yeah, get that Yang guy. So he got like pulled in to be like an advisor to help advise.
And I don't want to be the guy to drop that old, like, outdated analogy of that's like you saying you don't like your bus driver, so you want him to crash the bus.
Right.
Or drive your entire bus off a cliff. Like, you're going to die if that happens. So are you ready to die to get what you want?
Yeah.
And if that's what they really want. But I was looking at chat over here, and we got a couple things. Graham says, what about local? How do you guys feel Council and Brenda are handling it? How do you feel about that?
I haven't been paying attention.
I haven't either. I don't know. Will Hannah, what about abortion? Yeah.
What about abortion? I mean, what about it? I don't. My personal viewpoints on abortion, if we want to go there, are the fact that I just totally leave this shit up to chicks, and I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's the question that
I'm a
Will
feminist.
Hannah should answer.
I'm a fucking feminist. Chicks, figure it out. Any chicks in the chat, explain it to Will, because I'm not touching that shit with a 10-foot pole, chicks.
And nonsense, Abby. You never have to shut up. I appreciate your content, your comments. And Noah does not play music, but he may as well.
I look like a guy who plays music. I get that a lot, actually. I think it's because I look like Sean Brown. But
And also, mayors in tri-state areas seem to be working well together. Governors, yeah, I see what you mean. Coordinated sharing of medical equipment and lifting of lockdowns. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing, and I'm tired of. To be fair, I'm lazy as shit.
Uh-huh.
I don't mind not doing anything.
right.
What gets to me is the validation that I get every time I go to a gig. I'm not getting that, and
yeah.
I don't like not getting that.
I agree with you, and that's why I think stand-up comedy again is like the hardest hit right now, because it's instant validation, even faster than music. Because, well, in music you can look around the room and watch people moving and grooving and stuff like that, so you're getting it the whole time. But comedians are like line by line want that validation over and over and over again, and if they try to do a live stream or something like that and you're not hearing that, that's gotta kill you inside. You can hear them dying inside. That's what I'm saying. The John Oliver show, when he just sits in front of a fucking a less active screen than we've got behind us. It's just a blue screen, and he just sits there, and it's like he says these jokes, but it sounds like every time he delivers a punchline, it sounds like begging for, like, is that okay? You know, that's how it sounds every time. Like, kind of just like, yeah. And that's because this country is ruled by an orange madman, and you're just like, all right, man, I don't know.
I don't know. But see, and that's the thing, is that this country, maybe, how many times has this country been ruled by a madman? One would think that you have to be a madman to take the job. Yeah, I mean, to want to be the most powerful person in the world, it requires a bit of madness. I don't think Jimmy Carter was insane. I just think he just liked peanuts a lot. Hey, Jimmy Carter still to this day, with his old ass, is out there making... Yeah, Habitat for Humanity. Building Habitat for Humanity houses. You'll be back to tickle fighting in no time, Will. Don't worry. And we do need laughter, Abby. You're right.
I want to go back to the people that wanted it to go bad, because I had another version of that. I got into a fight online the other night with this guy. He's super liberal again, and and that's fine as long as you're not crazy. I will discuss anything with you. It's great. So he said, his post was, I hope a bunch of these fucking idiots catch the coronavirus right now who are out there, wanting things to open up, and I hope they all catch the coronavirus. And I was like, no, fuck off. Like, you don't want anyone to catch this, because it's a virus. It's not like, oh, if this guy catches it, then haha, he gets what he deserves. No, if he catches it, you might catch it. We need the contagion to stop.
Right.
It's going to bounce back on you or your grandmother or whatever if this idiot catches it. And now, some idiots out there, like they had a bunch of kids out on the beaches a few weeks ago. This is a few weeks ago, down in Florida and shit, partying, and they're all just getting around. And then, of course, a ton of them ended up tracking the fucking coronavirus back into their home states, like Pennsylvania and Ohio and shit like that. Yeah, those are all idiots. But did I want them to get it because they were behaving stupidly? No. I hoped by the grace of God somehow they behaved stupidly and they didn't get it, because they spread it fucking everywhere. So, yes, on one hand, you can say, I think these people are fucking idiots. They should not be knowing what they're fucking doing. On the other hand, you shouldn't go, I hope they catch the fucking virus. Because I'm like, you're fucking stupid if you say that. You don't want anyone to catch it, because anyone catching it makes more people catch it, even if you're playing it safe. If those idiots that you see out there that are protesting, and you're like, I hope they all catch it, they could be your fucking meat packer.
Yeah.
They could be the guy that stocks your fucking shelves. Don't wish that. And so I got in this huge fight with this guy. He was coming back, and he called me a meth head, and he called me, I scratched myself. I just say him calling me a meth head. He dares to call me a fucking meth head. But he calls me like a meth head, and then he said he was masturbating from his bed after insulting me for an hour. I tried to let it go, and I tried to be like, we're good, man. It's a misunderstanding or whatever. He let it go for 15 minutes, and he's like, no, fuck you, and came back at me again, and I just blocked him. And this guy used to be a friend of mine, but I just don't. I have nothing to do with him anymore. He keeps getting into really I think the pandemic's really gotten to his head, and I don't know, man. He's gone out there, man. So I was like, nah, I don't want to hear from him anymore. The negativity is one thing. If we want to disagree about stuff, but he was just consistently insulting me, just calling me all kinds of fucking names.
That's where intelligence leaves the conversation. When name calling enters the conversation, the intelligence leaves.
Yeah.
That's just,
and so does my desire to continue the conversation.
Right.
I'm not going to take your abuse, the person I don't really have anything to do with on Facebook.
Eat a dick.
Yeah. I just don't want people to die. That's such a revolutionary stance. I'm like a real fucking contrarian over here. Anyway.
That's where I'm at, man. I don't want people to die. I don't want people to die. I don't want to catch this thing.
No.
I don't want to catch it because, most people are like, oh, the people who are affected the most are those who have autoimmune deficiency diseases and things like that. And it is true, but I rely on my upper respiratory system to do my job.
Right.
And if anything attacks that, which is what this attacks, if anything attacks that, I could be fucked for a really long time.
Maybe life, because actually the cytostorms, what your body does with your white blood cells to go attack this thing, are so strong that it causes hyperinflammation in wherever it finds the infection. It can be your kidneys, it could be your liver, your heart, your lungs, whatever. It's just where the cytostorm happens. It just causes massive inflammation that will cause scar tissue in there for the rest of your fucking life. And that's why they were trying to figure out, a lot of these doctors were like, man, we shouldn't be giving them the fucking ventilators, because the ventilators are some doctors, they're in a disagreement about ventilators. But the disagreement is they're saying putting forced air into someone's lungs when there's inflammation in the lungs is not that great. We should just be giving them straight oxygen, not a ventilator, and that they weren't really having trouble continuing the breathing. They just wanted to make sure these people were getting the right amount of oxygen. And so there's a huge debate about the fucking ventilators and all that. And now some doctors, it was all about ventilators in the beginning, and now some doctors are like, yeah, we don't know about those ventilators we put everybody on. We're not sure if that was a good idea.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking weird disease, and no one really knows how to deal with it. So they're doing the best they can under usual protocol for this type of thing. But this one is just particularly weird.
And who do we believe? Are the numbers going up as far as cases, or are they going down? Because depending on what website you click on, you're going to hear both stories, and I don't know who to believe.
you can't really believe anyone right now because, and I'm not saying that, I'm only saying it because of this. They'll say it's going up sometimes because we're testing more.
Yes.
So they're like, oh, it's going up. But there are so many people with it. I think it was in Massachusetts. They just tested like, I think 200 random people or something like that. And like 70 of them had it.
Yeah.
But they're all asymptomatic. Like they've got it.
But they're still carriers.
They're carriers and they've got
and they
it.
can spread it.
But it's doing nothing to them. So that could be it. But that's what I'm saying. If you tested, so that's 200 people. Like it was 70 or so. It was a good amount. So if you tested 1 million people and it was 700,000 had it, man, those numbers would spike like crazy because you're testing more. I mean, you and I haven't been tested, so we're not in the data pool.
I don't even know anybody that's been tested, honestly.
No, yeah, me either. So if we're not in the pool, like of being tested, it's hard to know what the actual data is until we tested everybody. So really all you can look at is mortality rate, and is the mortality rate going up or down? But then again, like we were saying earlier, the flu rate mortality is basically plummeted. So I think they're basically, and this is just pure speculation, I think they're attributing a lot of flu deaths to coronavirus because again, if a certain percentage of the population has it and you test them, it might not have been the coronavirus that killed them, could have been the flu, but they also might have the coronavirus.
Yeah.
But the actual cause of death, like, could have been the actual fucking flu. Like the real standard old killing everybody all the time, every year flu.
Yeah.
Mad respect, flu. You've been doing it. You're the real all-star.
You know what, y'all? Let's just go ahead and give it up for the flu. It's been here since day one.
Since day one, this new kid coming into town acting like it's gonna rip shit up.
Yeah.
Fuck that. The flu is the real deal.
We ain't about here. The flu's looking at the coronavirus, being like,
What the fuck are you doing here?
That's what I mean. Very, very well placed soundboard.
I mean,
there. You really got this down. So yeah, I don't know. Good question. Who do you believe? I don't know. Just
who you believe? Yeah, I mean,
I like you when you said I as well as you. I also like you, but
thank
you. That you said I don't know anyone who's been tested. I mean, anecdotal information obviously isn't good for science or specifics or whatever, but it certainly informs me of my danger level better than what I'm fucking understanding from what they're trying to tell me on TV. You know what I mean? Like if I start hearing like, oh, Sarah down the street got it, or like, this place got it because it was all infected, then I'm like, oh, well, now it's coming for me. But now I'm kind of just like, I don't fucking know, because they're saying they told us we were all gonna die, and now they're saying, oh, let's reopen the stores and everything's fine. And I go, when was is it still we're all gonna die and we're gonna reopen all the stores, or is it now we're all not gonna die? Reopen the stores. I want some sort of final confirmation that like, hey, because they kept saying we got to wait for the curve to flatten out. You got to wait for the curve to flatten out. And like, oh, it kind of looks like it's flattened out now. Well, we were panicking, so I'm going to do this with my hands. The curve flattened out. I want the curve to flatten out. So they started panicking, and the curve was like this, like heading up. It was like when we all panicked. Yeah. Right. So I think we're at the other end of the curve, which is still here, the same level. So I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's flattening out,
but you don't realize where flat was before it started rising,
right? And what are we? If we panicked when it was at say it's at level 2, and now it's like we went up to level 5, and now we're back down to level 2, but we panicked at level 2. How at level 2 are we still saying like, oh, now it's fine because we're back to before we started panicking before? Yeah. It's like, I mean, and then how can it be so specifically flattening out everywhere equally? How could it be flattening out everywhere equally? Like I've heard stories that Italy's getting some sort of herd immunity now, and because they were hit so hard there. But like, couldn't it just be a guy that goes over to like South Carolina? We don't have a shitload, but say we open up the beaches and all that, and we get all these New Yorkers coming down, come hang out at the fucking beach. You know what happens then? Like,
that's what these people are not thinking about. Is they're like, open up the beaches. The people are going to come down here because they're sick of sitting at home. Yeah, they're all going to go out and they're going to do blah blah blah. And I was like, that's not what we need right now. Why?
Because remember, it was someone from China that left from China, or a few people that went to New York City and San Francisco and like spread it everywhere. It's all it takes. All it takes is like one person. One fucking person. So if you've got a shitload of cases in New York and Manhattan, and all those people are infected, some of them just carriers. Now, I'm not saying everyone's in the fucking hospitals and dying or anything like that, but a shitload of people that are being tested up there have it. And some already got over it, but could still be carriers because we don't know. There has been evidence already that some people in China are saying that it comes back sometimes. Yeah. You can have a round 2 of it. And so we open up the beaches, open up everything, and then just send everyone to us. If you lived in, I don't know, fucking Ashland, Kentucky, I guess, open up. Sure, nobody's coming to your fucking town from everywhere.
True, yeah.
But if you're Myrtle Beach, South Carolina,
that's a different story.
It's like 15 states that come here. So it's like, I don't know, it's just, we're gonna be like a test pool of everybody. It's gonna be like
we're just a fucking petri dish of bullshit here. Will Hannah actually has a good point. Maybe flu is down because of social distancing too. I think a lot of things are down because of social distancing. And dude, do you think that this is like literally just a whole realization that people haven't been washing their hands?
Yeah.
Just like we were talking randomly the other day before it got really bad.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, what were you all doing before this?
I know.
I
know. I mean, I'm guilty sometimes at the house, or at least previous to this. I think it's put a lot of OCD in a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or at least it's spiked up the OCD that was already in your nature. But it's previously in the past, I'd go pee or something, and I don't wash, whatever. I don't know, but always after number 2, just because it made me feel better.
Always.
And always publicly, because I didn't ever want to be a guy who's seen in a bathroom and then walk out.
Yep.
And also just because I'm a bartender that I just know as in the service industry, you have to wash your hands by law. So that has just been trained into me logically. Even when I'm off duty, I just always want to wash my hands. So I'm pretty fucking good about it. But this thing has definitely made it higher.
No shit.
And that's not a bad thing. Yeah, totally not a bad thing. That's a very good point. And social distancing thing, I agree that, maybe that could be helping with this as well. Probably STDs are down, travel's fucking down, so Tinder's fucking down.
Well, I have actually been talking to a lot of folks online who have started using Tinder now.
Yeah.
Like that they're like, I'm actually doing better now than when.
What do you do? Just like invite strangers into your home?
That's exactly what they do.
Wow, no.
A lot of folks are doing that. And what's crazy is that, not really crazy, but my thing is if we're going to be hanging out now, then do you really want, I don't know. If it's going to be somebody who's willing to put people's, and I know this is a far-fetched way of saying it, but people put people's lives at risk just to fuck.
Yeah.
Then is that really the kind of thing that you want around you?
I think that all of humanity has put people's lives at risk to fuck.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Forever. I think that's
right.
what every war was probably about. Everything that ever happened.
Tinder will come with a blood test before you can use it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's funny.
Well, that should happen from inception. That should have been there from day one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What are these people doing?
I don't use any of that stuff. I've never used any of that stuff.
Me neither. Not once.
Can't even imagine doing that unless I was traveling out of town or something like that, and I was just really desperate for to hang out on a date or just go out to eat with somebody that could be interesting.
Yeah.
I would probably do that, but I'd never do it with the intention of wow, this is gonna be a one night stand. I would do it just to be like, hey, can I have dinner with somebody? That'd be fun. Because I'm just not that type of guy. I don't find girls really that attractive until I talk to them for a long time.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't.
Yeah, I don't really just jump on I just want to bone that girl, because I am scared of STDs and I am scared of everything, and I'm scared of the girl being crazy.
Scared of potentially bringing a child into this world.
Yes, that too.
Because listen, the risk and the reward. Granted, the reward is great.
Yeah.
But that risk is
real.
So much worse than the reward is great.
Yeah.
Not worse. I guess having a child would be fine. Not fine, but it would. I guess having a child would be doable. But fuck, man, this world is shit right now. I watched a video of a kid in the back seat spitting on the back of the seat and kicking the back of the from a car seat, spitting and kicking a seat in front of them because they couldn't have a piece of gum. Yeah. And I was like, no fucking thank you.
Yeah.
I'm fine on that. I love my nephew. I love my niece. I'm glad that they are alive. I'm glad that they're in this world. I just don't know that I I don't know.
I think specifically
it's crazy
to kids is that, and that's what, if you go back to the Tinder thing though, and the risk of those one night stands or whatever, it's the one night stand dropping a kid out thing that really would be crazy, because it's not gonna work. Like mommy and daddy had one Tinder night, and then they stuck it together out for the rest of their lives and grew, and they were just a perfect family.
And no matter what, you're stuck together for the rest of your lives. Then no matter what,
and they just dude on Twin, and then you're gonna go, I'm gonna need a paternity test right away because you were on Tinder. And she's gonna be like, "You were on Tinder," and he's like, "I fucking know." So
I knew what I was getting into.
So yeah, like I was just like, that would be such a nightmare. God, Tinder babies have to be the weirdest thing.
But then, what if you hang out? How about this? What if you hang out with this chick for 9 months? You grow to love this thing inside of her, and then it comes out and it's not yours.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh shit, I've literally been played.
Yeah.
He's nice. Look, Carrie. Hey, Carrie. Hey, buddy.
My head was too compressed, but I was.
We got Screwball whiskey, peanut butter whiskey, the original peanut butter whiskey.
Put it in my hand. Right here's my hand. Put that in my hand. Tipping some of this back.
It's in your hand. We're running out of space. Oh well.
Screwball whiskey. So someone was like, I want to do something. I want peanut butter whiskey. And someone else goes, dude, you're an idiot. And then he goes, well, fucking try it then. And he tried it, and he goes, you're a fucking genius, Brad or Steven.
Yeah.
Whatever. Is that the creation story? So correct origin story?
That's right.
So. I think that when the guy said it, whoever came up with it first said it to someone else that's probably his business partner now. They were probably like, you're a fucking idiot. And then they tried it.
I mean,
because that's the general. If you've ever talked to somebody, like, people are pretty aware of Screwball whiskey now.
Oh yeah.
But just months ago, when you were introducing to someone for the first time, you'd be like, it's peanut butter whiskey, and they were like, you're a fucking idiot. And then you'd give it to them, and then you'd go, that's delicious.
Yeah. That's what every single person that I had try it on air were skeptical to begin with, and then they tried it here and were like, this is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Jesus. And it is. It's dangerously good. It's from what I've been told. I unfortunately got off the bottle. I broke up with the bottle about 2 years before Screwball.
Best movie ever made in his life.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's Carrie says that's pretty. That's to get an eye roll at first. That's pretty. I don't think comment is the word you were going for, but it's pretty common to get an eye roll at first. Common. Mm-hmm. See, I'm so out of it. I didn't even pull common out of comment.
Common,
so you
ping
did
pong
well.
Pizza.
But yeah, so all other peanut butter whiskeys out there. I saw on Instagram that somebody posted a picture of some other peanut butter whiskey, and I commented on it, no thanks, I'll have a Screwball, please. And they deleted my comment. They were saying, oh, well, don't knock it till you try it. And I was like, no, thank you. Just Screwball will be just fine. Because it's the original peanut butter whiskey. All other peanut butter whiskeys are posers.
Well, it's an interesting thing what it's going to do. I don't know. I'll talk about Screwball here for a minute because I think it's a great product. But I don't know what it'll officially destroy. Because maybe Fireball, I think it's definitely taking a hit of the Fireball market. But if you think about Fireball destroyed
Jaeger.
Well, Jaeger's still kicking. I'm still a fan of Jaeger.
But
the one it really killed, though, was Goldschlager.
That's pretty true. Yeah.
That is the one, because it's like, if you want a cement thing, you go for that, and that's that. But when it comes to straight shots, people are still Jaeger people because they're still doing the bombs and all that. But I can't tell you the last time I've had someone come up to the bar and be like, can I get a Goldschlager? Maybe one this entire year.
Yeah.
It's just devastated it. So I'm wondering. But I think Screwball, what's interesting about Screwball is it's kind of stealing from everyone's market because it's so unique.
Yeah.
So someone who might have had Sambuca back in the day is kind of like, oh, I'll take a Screwball now. Or someone who might just like whiskey is like, I want a peanut butter whiskey now. So it's got an appeal.
And we are so happy to have them show their support of this show.
And now the
Brackfoot
support of
and
Brackfoot Trivia. Yes, exactly.
That's
They've sent us some gifts to give away to you guys at Brackfoot Trivia.
That's right.
Which is happening tomorrow. If you just go to facebook.com/Brackfoot.
Yep.
Or Brackfoot is real. Or go to brackfoot.com. That'll show you how to get there as well. Just search on Facebook Brackfoot. If you go to that page, you should see our events, and the trivia event is there. All you have to do is be on that page at 8 o'clock or right before 8 o'clock as we go live. And all instructions will be given to you from there on out. We've had winners from from San Francisco, Austin, Texas, and New York City, and a couple local guys too. 2 local winners, and then everyone else was out of the state. So we're getting a lot of interesting viewership out there. And one of our winners was actually Jen Lyon of she was on Justified and Claws television show. She's a pretty famous actress now.
Oh yeah,
She won.
nice.
Yeah.
Look at you go. Somebody said all little things. Is that Elegante? Is that you, Elegante? I can't remember who that is. I get all of the names mixed up, but he said that was basically the creation story. Eve was like, "Try it, you bitch." Then Adam was like, "You idiot." That's funny. You write that down somewhere else other than here. But no, so yeah, since we're coming up to about the hour mark, we're getting close to it. Yeah, we're gonna take this Screwball Whiskey partnership into the future of Screwball, into the future of Sunset Grill. And I got you, Elegante, all the way from the Philippines watching us.
Hey, what up, Philippines?
Right now in the chat, we've got Philippines, we've got San Diego.
What up,
we've
San
got
Diego?
2 San Diegos. We've got Merle's Inlet. Multi-Dog, who's that? Who's that? I don't know the name from chat. Abby, Florida.
I want to get to the real shit before the show ends.
Let's do it. Torrey, North Carolina. Sorry.
They're going to... Oh, because we don't like to get political on Sunset Grill, but because this isn't Sunset Grill, I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Do what you want.
Do you think they'll try to impeach Trump over his handling of the virus? Do you think the banging of the drums every step he's taken, and they keep saying, "Oh, he did this wrong, he did this wrong, he did this wrong"? Do you think they'll just go ahead and try it out, drag us through?
Maybe if he wins the election again, maybe they'll just see how the election goes.
You don't think they'll do it before the election just to make it miserable for everybody?
I mean,
because it could be the case that the administration could have been doing a lot more to prepare, just to play devil's advocate, to prepare for things like this if they weren't being dragged through an impeachment process. So that'll be a really interesting battle that I think they're gonna have eventually. I think they're just gonna fight it out because
I don't know, man. I think that they realize
they're vicious,
they're just throwing knives at a tree.
I know, but they don't. They have an unlimited amount of knives.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
So just keep chucking them knives.
They're just throwing knives at a tree to see what sticks.
Exactly. Anyway, that was just a weird question that I had to throw out there. I don't know what the answer to that is, but it just makes me think.
And we're just rolling down the tracks like a steam locomotive.
I'm taking it home.
Bill Dog, what's up, buddy? I see you out there. Valish out in San Diego. But yeah, I don't know. It could be. I just think right now that the world, not the world, I guess the nation as a whole is just, there will be life before this and after this. This will be just like 9/11 for people who didn't experience 9/11. This will be the thing that they were like, relate life to before this happened. And now a lot of things are going to change from here on out. I don't think life is going to go back to what it was before this.
No.
At all. I don't think it'll maybe resemble what it was, but it won't be. And a lot of people will disagree with me on that and be like, "Oh no, everybody thinks going to go back. Everybody's going to just start just piling in here at the beach. Everybody's going to come down here and show up, and it's going to be just as busy as it ever was." Man, I'm not so sure. I think that, you have to understand what I'm saying here. I've got a lot of experience with people who visit Myrtle Beach. maybe a lot of the Myrtle Beach clientele may still be like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the beach.
Maybe.
But I think that maybe, 30% of them are going to be like, you know what? I think that I've lost a lot of money this year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the vacation thing. I think we might try to recoup and do that next year. Now, if a lot of people are still going to say, fuck it, I plan to do this, I'm going to do it.
Well, and also to add to fill in more gaps in that 20 to 30% number that you think we might be down off, I would say that there's also people that are legitimately experiencing generalized anxiety.
Oh yeah,
for the first time in their lives.
Yep.
Because of fears, and someone's not even fear about like, oh, am I going to get the virus? It's fear of like, will my grandmother die? Am I going to get my grandmother? Am I going to be guilty for infecting my grandmother? Blah, 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 blah. And then some of these people, so they're just riddled with anxiety. Then you've got the people who are a little bit OCD and a little bit germaphobe. Now are just ratcheted up to 10. You know what I mean? So they're kind of that crew. That was the type of people that were kind of like, like 2 years ago, if they were going to go to Myrtle Beach, it's like, I've got to get myself, I just got to get out in the right place, and then I'll go with you guys to Myrtle Beach. Now they're going like, fuck that shit. I'm not going anywhere. I was fucking right the whole time. I mean, have you ever seen Naomi Campbell wipe down a fucking plane seat? You've seen, like, she wipes down a plane seat like fucking crazy. There's going to be a lot of that going on. I mean, you can tell that the change and who's believing what and who's into what just by the different masks that you see. Yeah. Like, you can tell there's some people that are taking this seriously, and there's like some people that are just taking it crazy seriously, and then some people that, aren't taking it seriously and just feel kind of like whatever. So I think that is a general barometer of kind of like how much the world is going to change. That those people, all these people with these masks on and shit, like they're really believing this and are really afraid, and it is true, so it's right to believe it, but are really, really afraid, and you can tell that they're afraid. And everything feels like fucking crazy when you go out there. Like, if you have to make a trip to the fucking store and you see all the people with masks, it is just a paranoid fucking scary movie feeling. Some sort of scary movie. That's how it feels, is all I can say. Like, it just feels awful.
Post-apocalyptic.
And so how does that go away? If the government can't officially just declare like, okay, well, the virus is gone now. If we don't have a vaccine or anything, it's just like, oh, it's good. I mean, they can open up the stores. They can make moves like that. They can try to get the economy back going, but they can't actually say that it's safe or when it's going to be safe. They're going to say, we're going to do this, but we don't know if it's safe. And so that's why I don't think a lot of people will come down and travel right away. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know. And I know that a lot of folks around here are, and I won't bring it up because Facebook and the news station in the area has done it enough. But I mean, there's folks that are still wanting to hang out in bars and things like that. And I mean, like,
it's not a name, but sure.
I'm sorry, but what did we think was going to happen? This is just.
I know.
And not only that, but a lot of folks who are struggling to, who people who have gone to a bar every single day, for like, we're in Murrells Inlet. It's like most people will think, oh, well, only an alcoholic walk into a bar every day. Well, guess what? We live amongst a village of alcoholics. I'm an alcoholic that just doesn't drink anymore. I'm still a fucking alcoholic. Don't get me wrong.
He is correct.
We live in a village of alcoholics, and it's just that like you spend every single day in a bar. And even though I don't drink, I pretty much spend every day in a bar just about because of playing music and shit.
Or that's where your friends are, so you go by to say hello.
Right, exactly. That's where all my friends hang out, so that's where I'm going to be. But whenever we get to the point to where it's removed something that you do every day, that has a psychological effect on people. And now they don't know what to fucking do. So they're just trying to do anything that feels normal.
And I can say that I think that there are going to be a lot of mental paradigm shifts as well right now of people thinking about their careers and their futures, given this moment to kind of stop for a second and say, hey, am I doing the thing that I want to do? How do I plan to do something different? Maybe I should make a change. I really think that there's a lot of people going through a kind of like a cocoon transformation right now. Like, we're all forced to be in a fucking cocoon, and I think some people are going to come out of this going like, I'm changing my fucking life. Yeah. Or some people are doing shit like, I've walked out. I live on a fucking street. I see like one person walking maybe, and they're going to the grocery store because they don't have a car.
Yeah.
Right. So they put the ban on going out and all this other shit. I go down the street, dude. Everyone's fucking walking. Like, everyone's outside walking. I'm like, holy shit. Like, they told you couldn't go outside. Now you're outside fucking getting exercise. I've never seen you people exercise in my life.
Yeah.
And so there's that. Like, people are like all of a sudden like, no, I'm going to make a conscious effort to get outside more. And, you know, like some people just want to they want to hit the ground running this year and just be like, I want to exercise more. Like, and then there's other people that like myself. I'm like, I really want to figure out my career. I started writing a screenplay and I'm plugging along on a fucking screenplay right now because I'm like, I want to get out of what I've been doing in my routine. And I think that's one thing is this is a routine breaker. We're in a forced routine breaking moment. And the consequences of that for everyone is it's going to be different. But I wanted to go back to what you were just saying is that I also was a person that would like go to O'Keefe's every night after work, you know, every night after work. And then if I wasn't working, I'm like, I'm going to go stop up for one beer, you know, smoke a cigarette or something. And then there's no more of that. And I'm going to be honest with you, and no offense to O'Keefe's or anything, I don't fucking miss it. And I don't think I want to go back to doing that. Like, you know what I mean? The money I was paying, the people that I tried to avoid there. There's some people I like to be around. You know, sometimes Sweet would come up. Zach, there's a couple of my other friends up there that I really like talking to. But a lot of times you'd get, you know, an asshole drunk sitting next to you. They've been drinking for 5 hours. You know, you're just getting off work, and they're just talking shit in your ear about something, repeating themselves, telling you a story you don't want to hear, you know, and you're just like, you know, like, I don't want any more of that. Like, I know I'm not going to return to that. So I appreciate this moment. Like I said, kind of like a, you know, we were just so repetitious in our lives that this broke the chain, you know, and I'm kind of happy about that. And I hope that people can find the positives out of like taking this time. You know, you still got some time before we're all forced back into the way it was. So, so take any moment that you have right now and just kind of think, hey, what's something I didn't like about the routine, you know, the loop that I was on prior to this that I can change this time around, you know, like it's just a great time to think about something new or something different in your future that you can change. Even if it's just as small as just not going to O'Keefe's, you know, like whatever.
And those small decisions that we're gonna make, which I'm sure. I mean, but I was quarantined before it was cool.
Yeah.
So like,
and I love quarantining, by the way. So.
I mean, I'm fine. The loss of money fucking blows. The loss of all of that sucks. The no work, the not having something
With
to
that
do.
said, now's a great time to tip Kelsey if you wanted to.
That sucks. Or Bragfoot on a Cash App, right?
Or Venmo at Bragfoot. But
Venmo
I don't
at
need to
Bragfoot.
be tipped on your show for just talking shit.
Well, this is. I mean, it's
But
just.
I will take
it's on my channel. It's just. But
I will make another plug for my trivia tomorrow night at 8:00.
Absolutely.
At Bragfoot on the Facebook page. If you just go there and like and follow Bragfoot, you can. You will be alerted when we go live. It's a free game to play with. I think we have 8 or 9 sponsors now giving out a shitload of prizes. So you get real prizes and free to play. We're having fun, having a couple drinks, trying to look normal, and we hope that at
Bragfoot on Facebook.
I think it's Bragfoot is real on Facebook. Yeah, but if you just search Bragfoot, you'll find it. But yeah, if you like and follow Bragfoot. Don't forget, doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you know me. I don't even know who the fucking people at Bragfoot are. They just asked me to host the show. And it's a fun show. We ask 10 trivia questions, and you answer with texts, and we make a big scoreboard, and we tell you if you win in the end, and if you win a lot of shit. I mean a lot of shit, like the medium-sized priority mailer box, stacked, gift certificates, Plato's Clock. Anyway, I would go on and on, but it's not. Oh, there we go. Look at Bragfoot is real.
At Bragfoot is real. But yeah, and also I know that the camera on the Nora Byrne over here is a little pixelated at times and
I'm pixelated,
lagged, but he just looks like that.
I just look like that. I'm telling you,
it happens.
Drank too much last night. I got all pixelated.
Interesting observation. First time experiencing generalized anxiety, Andrew Valish of San Diego says. And yeah, you're right, 100%. A lot of people are experiencing something they've never experienced before.
Yeah, was, and I that's not my observation, by the way. That was actually my girlfriend who, like, because I have generalized anxiety disorder, and you know, if we all. My girlfriend's younger than I, but if you were taking life seriously during 9/11, I mean, that gave a lot of people anxiety for the first time. And the unknowing of what was about to happen next. Are we going to war? What's going to blow up next? Are they going to get this? And are they everywhere? And then there was anthrax immediately after that. So it's just ramped up. But a lot of these people, you know, if you were a little bit younger during the time and it kind of just felt all kind of ethereal to you and not hitting home and you didn't really understand the facts or didn't really care. it didn't really hit the way this thing's hitting, because this thing is, you can't go anywhere, go look at anything that you used to want to do, and it is all affected. If you're a grocery store shopper, affected. You want to go to the mall, affected. You want to watch a late night show, affected. Like, everything that is done that you could normally do before is somehow altered, different, strange, dystopian. And yes, it is causing people anxiety. And the interesting part about it is, like I said, if they didn't know what that feeling was of anxiety, it's like
they wouldn't know how to.
They wouldn't even know that that's what was happening to them. Like, so they just feel off. You know what I mean?
Feel like I'm so mad all the time. I'm sad.
I'm nervous.
Yeah,
I'm jumpy.
Yeah.
But it's like it reminds me of like when you try to explain depression or anxiety or something like that to somebody. It almost reminds me of when you watch subtitles. And it'll put like on the thing, like the TV will make like a weird eerie sound, and it shows you on the bottom eerie sound.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? They don't know what the fuck that. If you were deaf for your whole life and you just read eerie sound, that means nothing to you. Like,
you don't know what to.
Yeah. It's like
correlate it to.
Like there's always an HBO. The HBO one says bright tone, and I'm like, bright tone. Now you're mixing it like light into sound, and it doesn't. What the fuck? Anyway, so it's like that. You cannot explain anxiety to someone who's never had it, and people who are getting anxiety for the first time, they're having a real problem understanding what's happening to them. So I really have to congratulate my girlfriend, so self-aware, because we were going through some issues and stuff, and this is just got to be hard on relationships in general, I imagine, especially new relationships. And also, I've even heard that some people are having problems in relationships because the two people in the relationship disagree on what social distancing is, for instance. So like the husband will be like, I'm still going on my ski trip with the boys, and the wife will be like, no, I haven't left the house in 5 weeks, and he's like, well, I'm going to hang out with the boys, so like there's big fights in relationships over that, because if you're stuck with a roommate or your partner at your house and they're not committing to the same social distancing rules that you are, then they get into huge fucking fights, and rightfully so.
Wednesday and Sunday at 8.
Wednesday and Saturday, but we can just say Wednesday for now, because we always back out of Saturday for whatever reason. We always say Saturday, and then we cancel it for not any important reasons. Usually just can't get a sitter for the kid or something. But yeah, I'd like to know other people's relationships experiences, because it's just got to be difficult for everybody right now in a relationship.
Yeah, it has.
Because if you were just dating someone, just started, like you went on a couple dates, and then this whole thing happened, the lockdown, did you just let it go after that? Or do you just text each other now? Do you go over to their house? I mean, there's a lot of people who won't let someone into their house or go over to their house until many dates,
Right.
like that. I mean, rightfully so. Girls especially should be paranoid. There's a lot of fucking creeps out there. So it's like, how does that work? I just want to know how everyone's getting along with this relationship thing. I want to know how it's working.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know that, and I'm not going to drop any names, but I know a couple of folks who I know from online communities who are trying to save things through therapy and digital therapy. It's now digital therapy.
Yeah.
So the people are trying to save relationships with that, and things aren't working out, and then a few other people are it's just very strenuous on people who are, because to be perfectly honest, and I had a conversation the other night with a couple chicks about how I think that it's important in a relationship to have separate bedrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because if people are stuck together for every second of every day minus work, that can't be good.
No, it's not.
So just to know you have somewhere else that you can say, hey, no, don't take this shit personal, but I have a room.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to it. Like this means nothing against you at all. I have to separate myself from this every now and again, or I will lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
And that's just how I am. And I was telling, I think that more people should do something like that. I think marriages would be more successful if folks had a place to where they didn't feel like they had to spend every second with this other person. And I think that's stressful for me, to think about, oh, you mean that I wouldn't have any alone time? Like I wouldn't be able
like
to
the suffocation? Because you're Yeah, I can imagine that.
I wouldn't be able to like have Jurassic Park on repeat.
Right.
Just
Right, yeah. That is the one thing. You should definitely have 2 TVs.
oh, for sure.
Like, and they would go in the 2 different rooms because, like, there's stuff like, and you know, I love my girlfriend, but she'll watch she watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's like her same thing as me. Like, it would be like a trade off of me watching The Office like 10 times in a row. It's like I can just have it on.
Yeah.
It's comforting, whatever. Yeah. But I can't stand that show, and I want to watch like Waco. I want to binge watch Waco, you know?
Right?
And
right.
she doesn't care less about David Koresh. She's like, whatever, more power to her. You don't want to go down that dark hole. But like, it's like, yeah, definitely like 2 TVs is probably important. So 2 rooms, fine. Fuck it, I agree with you on that. But
Yeah.
I think the traditional American standard is the couch versus the bedroom. If someone's like, you're sleeping on the couch, but usually that's an argument type thing.
Right. That's why I think the bedrooms solves that problem. Because
Right.
if you're sleeping on the couch, that means that
You're in the doghouse.
something is wrong. But if you're just sleeping in your room, I mean, I don't know.
I think I might just establish with, like, if I move in with a girl next, that like that I'm just gonna take the couch and it's no offense thing. We'll just establish that is my thing.
Yeah.
But and then if I get in trouble, she can send me to like the floor or something.
Yeah, but we also had we also had the conversation too that, like, you know what, if things are going well and you guys are hooking up or whatever it is, then by all means fall asleep in the same bed. But just in my personal opinion, I've always had such a hard time falling asleep.
Yeah, me too.
With someone in the bed with me.
I have a problem falling asleep alone.
I do too. I have to literally stay awake until I can't stay awake anymore.
Same here.
Every single day.
Same here.
Every day until I just can't stay awake anymore. Until I'm nodding off. That's when I lay down.
I know.
So I can just fall asleep.
And then it's like, do I go ahead and get in the world of ZQL? You know what I mean? Do I do that? Go down
but
that
we don't
route?
want to do that.
No, because you feel like shit the next day.
Yeah, that shit doesn't wear off overnight.
No, and it takes forever to kick in.
Yeah.
You got to take it like at 5 in the afternoon and hope to go to bed by like 10 at night.
There you go, Elegante. What if she removes the cushions from the couch?
There you go. That's fair punishment.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
But we got an hour and 18 minutes of live content here.
well, it's been good seeing you and
you too,
talking to you. I haven't really seen you much during this break.
Air 5.
Yep. Oh, I got Pharrell again after that. Squeeze. He's doing it. Pharrell. I tried to get some Pharrell earlier, and he smacked my hand with a fly swatter. So
Don't touch it!
it's very valuable. We did. Dude, what's funny is the people at Tito's, and this is a prize we're giving away tomorrow, is that the people at Tito's had some little prize packages that we got before the whole apocalypse, but they're like in them is like some washcloth thing that expands when you put it in water, some emergency, some golf tees, but then there's a bottle of Tito's brand hand sanitizer in there.
Yeah, keep that.
So no, that's going in the prize package with bingo tomorrow. So you get some fucking hand sanitizer, which had to make me laugh because I thought Massey's isn't that Massey's? No, Millardo's Pizza down. Have you seen the sign? So it's like if you order $25 or more, you get a free roll of toilet paper. And the first time I saw it, it gave me a chuckle, and I was like, that's whatever. And then the next time I saw it, I was like, take that sign down. I don't know, something about it just rubs me so the wrong way. Like, I want to take a picture of that now and then bring it back up like 5 years from now and just be like, remember when you guys did this? This was pretty lame. Like, it's pretty lame. Maybe it's good for people that don't read toilet paper, but it's like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, imagine if there wasn't a pandemic and Miyabi's just said, hey, you know, we'll spend 25 or more. We're going to give you a free roll of toilet paper because you're going to fucking need it after Miyabi's. I can say that about Miyabi's because it's not a real business anymore.
Yeah, it's done now. It's like hitchhike. And dude, I'm craving Oriental food like no other.
Tyler and Alicia are eating Chinese today.
Where from?
Beijing, maybe?
Really, here?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
I think so. They got it from somewhere. I don't.
Dude, I mean, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. I was saying that, like, I really love Japanese food. Miyabi's Jr.'s closed.
Yeah.
The
regular Miyabi's closed.
The Kobe is closed.
Sushi's all closed.
All the sushi's closed. Lucky Panda's closed.
P.F. Chang's still open if you really want to spend the big bucks.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I'd rather just get
like I get a side of fucking sauteed spinach, $7. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck that.
Asparagus, $8.
Fuck them. I want the dirty Chinese, man. Like that's dirty Chinese. Is the best. Beijing is a little cleaner.
The ones where they sleep in the back.
Oh yeah. Listen, these people will never watch this podcast, but my people over at Food Line.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Oh yeah,
That's Dragon
China Chef.
It's China Chef. That's the one I go to too.
Dude, it's the best one.
Yeah, I've been going there for years.
Me too.
There's always
Same
a
here.
kid in there coloring, watching TV, or Minecraft videos or something.
Yeah. They got 5 tables, nobody sitting at them.
Only their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I go to them as well.
They got like a clothesline over
What
on
do you
this
get?
side.
I get the general chicken.
I get the sesame. I get the sesame chicken combination platter with an egg roll, but I also get pork lo mein.
I like their hot and sour too.
That lo mein, dude. Their lo mein is fire.
Okay, I've never found a lo mein that I like, and I'll tell you why. Is because when I eat it, when I'm done, I can scrape my tongue with my fingernail. There's so much grease to just like dry it up on your tongue. I don't like that.
Who was the guy from Myrtle Beach that got cited Friday? I don't know. Maybe, you know, I really don't know. You could check that out at WNBFnews.com. You could do some research. There's a couple of names there.
Not just one person.
Listen, here's the thing, man. I mean, I don't know what side to fall on this.
I say. So there's threefold. One, should they have been doing it in general? I don't think they should have been doing it. Is it illegal? Technically, probably will be proven to not be illegal.
Yeah.
And then third, should they have been publicly listed with their names in the thing?
Nah.
I like the third for whatever reason. Even though these people are my friends, and some people are super against them outing the names, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I want to know who the fuck it was because I just want to know.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
If they
It's nice to-
posted like 13 people were at this place that got arrested, I'm like, who the fuck would do that? And I luckily get to scroll through the article and go, oh yeah, of course they would. You know, like, so personally, I wanted the names. I didn't want, because, and everyone who's out there going like, how dare they publicly put those names out there, are the same motherfucking gossipers who are going to be talking in the text to everybody going like, I heard it was this. And I heard
Screenshots.
it was this.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to get wrong names sent out. You're going to get bullshit. So it's like, you know, whatever. I'm glad they posted the names for my own fucking sick curiosity and for just because I think that there would be misinformation, disinformation. You know, like people would be like, oh, Noah was there or something like that. And I'd be like, I wasn't fucking there. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to prove it, man? Your name's not anywhere. Like, well, I don't have a ticket. You could be hiding that ticket. Man, fuck off. You know, like, so it's better to just there's a public log.
And
hey,
it's basically
all there.
it's basically just they're making an example.
Yeah.
And they're also just because this thing is nothing more than a parking ticket that they got. Like it's nothing more than a parking ticket. And I'm pretty sure it's like maybe like $100 ticket or something like that. And that's it. And no harm, no foul right now. But I mean, dropping everybody's name on the thing.
I think best thing they should have done
I don't know.
is gone to the bar and told everyone to disperse and asked them to disperse. I'd just be like, you guys all got to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then keep it, shut it the fuck up. That's fine. Because, you know, they're limiting, I think Walmart, you can have up to 200 people in Walmart right now. And they have a ticker at the door where they check numbers in, but they're like 200 in here is fine.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's fine if everyone's, but you go in there and there's nobody in the fucking vast clothing aisles that there are. Everyone's in the fucking grocery department.
Yeah.
It's a madhouse. You get run over by carts and there's people left and right, and there's way closer than the 10 people hanging out.
I've got to make a trip
fucking
there
bar.
after this. I gotta go and pick up.
I recommend the neighborhood market.
I always go there.
Yeah, it's much easier. It's short, small. You can get in and out faster. There's less fucking people.
They usually have more shit.
Yeah, especially paper products like toilet paper and all that. I don't know why people don't go there as much as the regular Walmart. They're just trained to go to the regular Walmart, I guess. Secret's out, though.
I've only gone to the regular Walmart, like, if I go to the little Walmart and they don't have what I need, and then I go to that one.
Yeah.
Like, I always make the first stop there.
Yeah, it's way more convenient.
Yeah.
Also, for those of you that don't
Coronavirus!
No! For those of you that don't know, Brookgreen is still open, and it's a great way. And I guess the beach is open now too, apparently, or if that's right, I could be misinformation on that. But Brookgreen for sure is open, and every day till 5, and it has been a great way to get out. And people are like putting blankets down and kind of bringing a cooler and just chilling. And there's tons of open space, tons of trails that nobody goes down. It's a really neat way to get out of the house. And if you have a pay stub from service industry, you get in for free. So all you gotta do is give them your ID and a pay stub. And I think that would even work for you.
Yeah.
If it was like, well, you don't really have a pay stub on a check, but if you had a copy of a check.
Everybody at Brook Green knows me anyway.
All right. There you go. Just say you're with Bubba. That usually works. But yeah, it's a great way to get in for free. A great way to walk around, get some exercise, and it's a beautiful fucking place.
It really is. I've never been. I've only seen pictures. I've never been.
Oh, what?
I know.
We gotta go, man. I go all the time.
I live here. I live right here.
You know how many Pokestops there are there?
No clue.
Shitloads of Pokestops.
No.
Hundreds. Pokemon's everywhere, dude.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, get hip to 2 years ago.
The first time that China tried to fucking level our
that was Japan
country.
Yeah.
China. So, how is about we
wrapping it?
Give a little sounds of our past.
Yeah, if you don't recognize this sound, this is the Sunset Grills intro. Oh, it makes me so happy just to hear it. I still find those podcasts very comforting. If you want to listen to those, go to Kelsey Hudgins Show. Look for the titles, the Sunset Grills.
Yep.
But we'll soon have them on our own channel, our archive history. And they were fucking good podcasts. I don't care what anyone has.
They were very good.
We had some...
I've got people that are in my Discord, the Kill Tony Discord community that love them. That like, I found a lot of people that are like bringing up conspiracy stuff, and I was like, I've got something for you.
Yeah.
And I just sent them a link to that, and they're like, fuck, man, these are great.
It makes me sound like I always talk way too fast in the Sunset Grill podcast because I have too much information to get out, because usually I research the shit and I'm just like, but we discussed everything from the death of Michael Jordan's father to fucking Lizard Man
to bodies sliding down a hill
to the Japanese serial killers. That was a good episode.
Yeah, the Naruto.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, and it's all true shit.
Eclipse, Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, the Mandela effect with celebrity Michael Swaim.
Yep.
Man, yeah, we went hard on the Vegas shooting. I think we had one of the most comprehensive reporting on the Vegas shooting.
We probably did an episode a day for like...
Yeah. And
while.
the much forgotten about Vegas shooting. 61 dead.
We didn't forget about it, damn it.
No, fuck no. We tried to get more attention on it. I still want more attention on it. That shit still doesn't make any sense.
Viva Las Vegas.
His wife still didn't get arrested, and she got transferred $200,000 over to the Philippines right before it all happened. What the fuck, man? You gotta take that woman down. And Epstein's bitch, too. Ghislaine Maxwell. And we covered the NXIVM cult. There's episodes about that with Keith Rainier.
Yep.
We covered Epstein to death. We basically predicted Epstein's death.
Really did.
Yeah, I couldn't stop talking about Epstein, and then Epstein died, and I was like, fuck, I tried.
Screaming it from the rooftops, and honestly, it was like a validation, almost.
Yeah, it was.
But, anywho, Bragfoot is Real, live trivia on Facebook, live tomorrow night, 8 p.m., every Wednesday.
We do it for fun. We do it for fun and free, and to give you guys something to do, and lots of fun prizes to give away. And we play local music, including our friend Kelsey Hudgins, and it gives us an opportunity to showcase them. So come see us. Bragfoot. Just go to Bragfoot's page, follow and like it. It'll pop up live at 8 o'clock.
Also, Screwball Whiskey, SKREW ballwhiskey.com. If you are frontline workers, if you are first responders, if you are in the medical field, if you guys need hand sanitizer, go to, I think it's Screwball Whiskey. Just go to screwballwhiskey.com, go contact them, email Screwball Whiskey, tell them what you need as far as hand sanitizer, and somebody be in contact with you. And this is all donated, so if you guys need that, first responders especially, please go and email Screwball Whiskey, which you can find a link to do so on screwballwhiskey.com, SKREW ballwhiskey.com. Tomorrow's stories begin right here. No Byrne.
Yeah, shit. I was supposed to do something?
Nah.
Okay, good. Well,
all right.
The tone.
It was good.
All right, thank you to Screwball as well. One of our sponsors as well. Thank you very much, Screwball. You guys are good people, doing good things.
At Bragfoot is Real.
And we'll be playing Kelsey. It's all like, it's synergy. That's what we've been working on, synergy. Yep. All right, fuck off, America. It was good to talk to you.
Eat a dick, America. Piece of bitches.